Hi, this is Joseph Tanya from GoodMonday.com. Today's focus is on anger resolution. Specifically, we want to look at how we can be more flexible with our expectations. Expectations is key because unmet expectations lead on to anger. And in learning how to overcome hurts and irritations, we need to understand how we should respond to unfulfilled expectations. Now, the character quality which we will need in dealing with expectations is the character quality of flexibility. Flexibility is the willingness to change plans or ideas without getting upset. For some people, in order not to become upset, there might be this perception that we should just go along with the crowd. We should just flow along with what other people want. Now, that is a false concept of flexibility, because flexible individuals know where they are going. They know the overall direction, and they are discerning enough to make some slight adjustments along the way without losing sight of the bigger picture. So a flexible person is actually a wise person. He is able to go around corners and act persuasively, to even lead other people to join him in his overall vision, and be flexible enough to make the necessary changes along the way without getting upset. The flexible person is able to manage expectations. Why is managing expectations important? Because if we do not manage our expectations, the default mode is that it will spiral down and it becomes a selfish right. And individuals who think that they are right all the time and that everything must go their way or nothing else, they are very difficult people to work with. And of course, this sparks off many opportunities for anger and unresolved conflicts. What are the steps that we could take so that we can become more flexible? The first step is to identify the scope. Identify the scope means we need to know who is in charge. For example, at work, I need to know the goals that my supervisor have set for me. And within the goal that is set, I learn to be flexible. I learn to be flexible to meet my supervisor's requirement. I remember there was a time in my early working days, I became quite skilled in producing certain operations report. But what happened was I keep producing the reports for people from other departments who should be doing it themselves. So my degree of helpfulness and assistance was a little bit out of my boundaries, because that's not what my boss wanted me to do. So the funny thing about flexibility is that you must be flexible enough, but you should know where your boundaries are. Learn to act promptly, but within your own power of influence. Do not end up taking somebody else's responsibility. That's a wrong way to exercise flexibility. Secondly, look beyond the action. Have you ever been in a meeting before where there is more shouting and arguing than reasoning? This is because everyone has an innate desire to be understood. So one way to calm the situation down is to ask probing questions and find out why people say the things they do, or why do certain ideas come up. Learn to ask why, because generally people have got good intentions. So if you understand their intentions, the why, then they will be more willing to be flexible with the what. Don't throw away bad ideas just because it appears not useful at the beginning. Rather, you should be able to show appreciation and learn to acknowledge effort and time that is put into the work, instead of just putting it to one side. Learn to understand and appreciate people's intentions. Secondly, do accept the fact that you alone may not have all the answers. If we think that we must always have the final say, now that's not being very flexible, and it could lead on to unresolved conflicts. The third step that we could take in being more flexible is to honor the relationship. Please avoid labeling others. Even if they misperform, even though they fail to meet certain condition of the task, you should address the performance as it is without having the need to label them as being lazy, irresponsible, and so on, because that is character assassination. Character assassination is never justified. So learn to separate performance from the person itself. That is the key job of a leader. And in honoring the relationship, be flexible with your time, be flexible with your resources to help others. Zig Ziglar once mentioned, you become successful by getting what you want through helping other people to get what they want. Now that's a big picture of success. Now if you are flexible enough with your time and resources to help people, it is always an investment that brings back great returns. So flexibility, it's the willingness to change plans or ideas without getting upset. How do you do it? Number one, you identify your scope of work. Do not go beyond your boundaries. Be flexible enough, but within the boundaries that your supervisor have set, or within the boundaries of a bigger vision or bigger goal. Secondly, look beyond the action. No one really have bad intentions. So instead of jumping the gun and cutting people off, learn to ask probing questions and appreciate their time and effort. Thirdly, honor the relationship. Avoid labeling others, avoid judging. Although there could be performance issues that are involved, don't link performance with a person's self-worth. People can change, people can grow. We must be flexible enough to give them room to do that. Think about it. This is Joseph Tan here from goodmonday.com, and to overcome hurts and irritations, be flexible with your expectations. Thank you.